Hey, man, we got to enjoy life while it lasts because there's some crazy stuff up in the sky.
A lot of crazy stuff.
There's some stuff that some people call conspiracy theory. I don't really know why it's in this segment called conspiracy theory. This stuff that we're going to talk about, these things called chemtrails.
Don't trust them.
Don't trust them. This is not the stuff that you see in your underwear after a few days. This is the stuff that's up in the sky being released from airplanes.
Making streaks.
Making streaks all day long after that DQ, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
19% of Americans strongly believe or somewhat believe, quote, the government is using chemicals to control the population dispersed from chemtrails.
Damn straight they are.
Wow. What? Wow. Just a massive assumption of what these people are. There's a great article that I read from The Guardian about somebody who spent time with regenerative farmers. They essentially use the land, recycle it properly, and they're very organic. And a lot of these people's believe in chemtrails. And this really started to crop up in the 1990s. This theory that when the planes fly through the sky and you see that trail behind them, that they're actually releasing into the atmosphere certain chemicals. And the main leading philosophies behind the chemtrailing is sterilization, that the government is trying to clip our wings.
Not the Mountain Dew.
Keep you from progeniting. Yeah, no more. Yeah, it's not Mountain Dew's fault, man. That's the good stuff. They're using it for mind control.
Yep.
So
I wouldn't be thinking these thoughts if it wasn't for those chemtrails.
I wouldn't be doubting this if it wasn't for the chemtrails. And then finally, this big one, and this is the one that I found really interesting: covert geoengineering. So geoengineering, this is like where we're getting into Snowpiercer territory. So have you seen Snowpiercer?
I haven't seen any movie ever.
Okay. So for Luke and for all of you out there who haven't seen any movies, you two people out there, Snowpiercer is the movie with Chris Evans. That's the movie in the future where the world is completely frosted over with snow, and there's a train that circumnavigates the globe. Essentially what happens was humans were dabbling with the atmosphere and trying to prevent global warming, and it overreacted, and we had a frosty planet and too cold.
They went too far.
They went too far with it. They lost control. So this is what's happening now, where people believe that chemtrailing is the government is launching things into the atmosphere to help counteract the UV light that's coming from the sun, help reflect some of that back into the space, and keep the planet from overheating.
They're up putting that ozone for us.
Yeah,
doing the hard
except
work.
They say it's not ozone. It's like chemicals that are
chemicozone.
Chemicozone. So the funny thing is that a lot of people have kind of come to assume that this is true. But in 2016, Carnegie Institute of Science did a peer review, and 76 of 77 scientists deny the plausibility and give reasonable scientific evidence against it.
What's that one? Who's that one scientist?
Let's go find him. He's the truth teller.
Yeah. He's the guy, putting vinegar in baking soda and calling himself a scientist.
Watch this. Boom. Mentos in a Coke bottle. Thank you. So yeah, what do you think? What do you think of this? Luke? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep us down, keep their boot on our throat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They're not just up there trying to make clouds. No.
What are they trying to do?
They're trying to control the population, try to control the weather.
Yeah.
They're trying to rain on my parade.
Literally with
chemicals.
Acid rain, baby. Acid rain. What do you think, DJ? I touched a nerve, didn't I?
There's a sick part of me that believes it's been done. Definitely it's been at least tried a little bit. But then I'm like, I know science too. So I'm like, yeah.
I know science too,
science. Man. I know how condensation works.
So there... Okay.
I was going to say, so you're telling me the exhaust from the planes is different than exhaust from cars?
That's what this theory is.
Yeah.
that
Atmosphere, man.
they're literally loading up planes, certain planes.
With
Some
different-
people say that they are disguising pedestrian flights,
Uh,
and it's like shooting out pedestrian flights, like
they're
the,
shooting out pedestrians.
like the undercover pilot like reaches over and pulls the one small little lever, and then all of a sudden the chemical stuff starts coming out. And then other people think that there are whole like disguised airplanes that are doing this as well.
You,
You know,
you said they're not up there making clouds. Cloud seeding is a real thing.
Uh-oh.
Like, so like the government, the man. No, they actually will purposely drop. Like I think it's moisture. I was reading this, and it creates ice nuclei within existing clouds to make them bigger. So there is manipulation going on in the sky.
Genetically modified clouds.
Yes.
do not let my wife hear this, because she will say next time I go, don't worry, you can't control the weather. She will say, well, the government does. And then I'll be screwed for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, they do have those cloud
Or I
factories.
won't be screwed for the rest of the afternoon.
Willy Wonka.
If you know what I mean.
Oh,
So-
hey.
Hey, so here's the thing. You know what's interesting? The government has messed around with air quality and air things before. They, at one time, I think it was Los Angeles or San Francisco, like tossed a bacterial, like an airborne bacterial infection into like the smog of one of the major California cities
Why would they do that?
to essentially do a test run on how to counteract like germ warfare.
Sure.
One person died.
Yeah, they deserved it.
Oh, wow. Unknowingly a test subject, and you're just like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this just fascinated me that people in this article, it's amazing that they can be shown empirical evidence and be shown like scientific theories of how jet exhaust works, and they still believe it. And it's called the backfire syndrome, where somebody kind of has this thing that they hold true. You give them all of this reasonable data, and they actually go, yeah, I'm going to double down on what I believe.
They don't trust the source.
They don't trust. Well, I don't know what they.
Yeah, how can I trust what you're telling me?
Exactly. So this conspiracy theory segment is always serious to me, because it takes a certain level of lying to yourself when you look at stuff, because then you're like, whatever that evidence, where that came from, that institution's corrupt. That institution's controlled by the government. You're just like, then what is true anymore?
Yeah.
Do you believe I even love you?
It's a deep rabbit hole
It's a rabbit hole.
that
So
are you happy you're not going down it in your ignorant bliss, or are you happy you're finding the truths?
the truths. I think we should be truth sayers here at Philosophy Chaos Podcast. But there are people out there who, if you want to write us hate mail and stuff like that, feel free.
philosophychaospodcast@gmail.com.
At yourmoms.com.
Oh, I heard this Chuck Norris's Gmail account is gmail@chucknorris.com. That's the one I haven't heard before, and that made me laugh.
That's a good one. We need more Chuck Norris in our
Yeah, maybe that'll be a nostalgia. Just-
Maybe he can just get up there and kick the stuff right out of the atmosphere. He can blow real hard, and it's gone. The funny thing is that the David Keith Research Group at Harvard was concerned. It's concerned mostly with climate sciences. It's pointed out that if this was true and there was evidence supporting it, like institutions like them would be very concerned, and they would be studying it to see what is happening to us, because there's enough institutions out there that could just test it and start studying the effects that it would have on people.
They're in on it too.
See, there you go.
Yep.
But their writings, the biggest counterpoint is that just the sheer size of the group of individuals that it would take to manufacture and distribute the product of this chemical.
7.
And then, no, it's a lot more than that. It's hundreds of people to process gallons and gallons of chemical to make sure it's doing what it needs to do. Then all the transport and logistics to get it to the freaking plane, to load it, and then to operate the plane and fly it around in the proper places would actually require a network of many, many people.
That's what they want you to think.
And the funny thing is that if you have all those people doing it, there's going to be one person who's going to say, my town was just dusted.
He's brainwashed already.
There you go.
It's all a cult.
So there you go. That's it. You have to continue to make levels of excuses and and kind of create a web of very interesting theories to not believe this stuff.
Yeah.
Or to believe it.
World would be a lot less interesting if we all just believed it.
So all I'm saying is that truth seems to be more and more relative these days, and that's a scary thing.
Yeah. Common sense isn't common.
No.
No.
You have to buy it in rare bulk orders.
And buy some scented scent sticks.
Buy some
Chemtrail scent sticks.
Chemtrails scent sticks. So yeah, man. That was the latest conspiracy theory that I got into. Again, if you want to debate us, if you want to agree with us, if you want to show support, or you want to just be angry with us, yeah, you can email us velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com. We will read it and delete them.
Read and delete.
Read and delete.